Hey everyone, welcome back to MangaPursuit, and this week we are doing how we got into anime and manga. So I'll start with how I got into anime. So basically I was talking to my friend, and I think she was reading a manga, or something, I think so. And it might have been Bleach, and then sort of something like that happened, and we were starting to talk about Bleach, and I didn't know what it was. I thought she was talking about the, the bleach liquid thing that you put into the dishwasher soap stuff. Yeah, I'm really tired today. But anyway, you know what I mean, the show Bleach. Anyway, so we started talking about Bleach, and that prompted me to start watching it. So I started watching it, and I really, really liked it. That was the first anime I ever watched. Well, except for, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I became obsessed with when I was little. I was completely obsessed with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I wasted all my money on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards like every other little kid did in the 90s and early 2000s. So after watching some of Bleach, I asked my friend what other anime I should watch. And she mentioned Wolf's Rain. So going into this anime, I knew it was about wolves. Oh my god, I'm tired today. And so I started watching it and instantly fell in love with it. I love the characters, I love the setting, I love the plot, I love the atmosphere and the artwork in the series. It was just so good. It's so well done, and I loved it. Then Wolf's Rain ended, and I felt more emotions in that series than I have in any other anime series after that. I cried, I screamed, I got pissed off, I cried again, and I got pissed off again, and yeah. So first time watching Wolf's Rain, I actually didn't like it, because again, I cried, I screamed, I got pissed off, I cried again, and I got pissed off again. Then, a few years later, I rewatched Wolf's Rain and had an epiphany and ended up loving it. Because after I finished Wolf's Rain the second time, I had an epiphany and connected it to the real world, and I ended up just loving it, and it's been one of my favorites since I've watched it the second time. And up until a few weeks ago, it was my #1 favorite anime. Now let's talk about how I got into manga. Another friend of mine got me into manga, and how he did this was basically, I think he knew that I was getting into anime, and he's not into manga, but it was my birthday, and he was looking for a birthday present for me, and he found me these 5 volumes of manga at Barnes & Noble in the bargain bin or whatever at Barnes & Noble. Which you never find anymore, which sucks. I think they should put more manga in the bargain bin of Barnes & Noble, but anyway. He bought me the first 5 volumes of Kakaishi, and that kind of introduced me to manga, and my other friend taught me how to read it because she had bought manga, the same friend that got me into Bleach and Wolf's Rain. And, yeah, I started off with Kakaishi. Then, everyone was going into this vampire craze, a few years ago, with Twilight and all that crap. So I found Vampire Night at Walmart, and that's a manga about vampires, and it's infinitely better than Twilight, and it's just so good. It's such a great shoujo. And yes, my first manga I ever bought was a shoujo, and I am not ashamed to say that, because it was really, really good. Sometimes I think shoujo gets a lot of hate for no reason. Sometimes the plot can be a little off. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I need to take a nap. I need to take a nap. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into manga, and I actually, YouTube also helped me a lot with getting into manga, getting into other series. I got into Monster because of YouTube. I got into Takamibachi and Toriko and Ultimo and Rine and Codebreaker and Blackbird and all these other good series because of YouTube, and I am so grateful for YouTube because I have become a more, because I've become a more well-rounded otaku. Is that how you would describe it? I have more variety in my collection. Is that? I need to take a nap. I also need some breakfast. I'm so hungry. But anyway, that's kind of how I got into anime and manga. Yeah. Did I mention that I need to take a nap and get some food? So that's all for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next week. Because I connected Wolf's Rain to the world today, and I had this epiphany of how awesome this series is, and how it, how the,